Version 1.0. This is where the nightmare began. On November 24th, 2017, DeveLopper released the very first version of Granny. Players woke up inside a mysterious house with only 5 days to escape by unlocking the main door. Compared to today's version, the game was incredibly simple. There were no weapons, no difficulty settings, no extra rooms like the attic or garage, no pets, no special endings, and no alternate escape routes. It was just you, Granny, and one goal: escape before your 5 days ran out. Version 1.1. Just over a month later, Granny received its first major content update. Players could finally fight back using the crossbow and tranquilizer darts, both unlocked with a new weapon key. The screwdriver was also introduced, opening new puzzle mechanics throughout the house. The map expanded with the hidden secret area, giving players another place to explore. The update also introduced easy mode, making Granny slower so new players had a better chance of escaping. This single update made Granny feel much deeper than the original release. Version 1.2. The house continued to grow with the addition of the attic, giving players an entirely new floor to search. Hard mode was introduced, adding an extra lock to the main door and making escapes much more difficult. Players could now earn a bonus day on easy and normal mode. Bear traps could be disarmed by dropping objects onto them, and Granny finally received a proper walking animation instead of gliding across the floor. A small menu update and several bug fixes also arrived with this release. Version 1.3. This update completely changed the scale of the game. For the first time, players could explore the backyard along with the shed tunnel, and the playhouse. New puzzle items were added, including the playhouse key, winch handle, red cogwheel, orange cogwheel, and the melon. The update also introduced Extreme Mode, the hardest difficulty yet, featuring an additional lock on the main door and a much more dangerous Granny. From this point on, escaping became far more challenging. Version 1.3.2. Instead of expanding the map, this update focused on making the game more intense. A brand new game over ending was added, along with a secret ending that could only be unlocked by placing the teddy inside Slendrina's crib. Players could now unlock every main door lock, regardless of difficulty, while extreme mode became even harder with the addition of creaking floors and iron bars. The house became darker, several sounds were updated, and multiple bugs were fixed. Version 1.4. The house expanded once again with the addition of the garage and the sauna. Players could now build the powerful shotgun by collecting the barrel, trigger, and buttstock. The car key also made its first appearance. At the time, it didn't have much use, but it quietly hinted at a much bigger feature that would arrive in the next major update. Version 1.5. This became one of the biggest updates in Granny's history. The map expanded with the special room, bookshelf room, and the garage tunnel. More importantly, players finally received a second way to escape. Instead of opening the main door, they could repair an old car by collecting the engine part, car battery, spark plug, gasoline can, wrench, special key, book, and meat. The update also introduced practice mode, allowing players to explore without Granny chasing them. And for the first time, Granny wasn't alone. She now had a terrifying pet, the spider, waiting inside the house. The shotgun was also improved, keeping Granny unconscious for a longer time after being hit. Version 1.6. For players who wanted an even bigger challenge, Nightmare Mode was finally introduced. The update also added quality settings, refreshed the main menu, included another game over ending, and gave the spider a new appearance. Players received another defensive item called Pepper Spray, which could temporarily blind Granny and create an opportunity to escape. Since the update was released during December, Granny also celebrated its very first Christmas theme, covering the house with festive decorations while keeping its creepy atmosphere. Version 1.7. Another massive expansion arrived. The map grew even larger with the addition of the old house kitchen, old house dining room, sewer, and sewer cell. Granny also gained another pet, the crow, which guarded important items inside its cage. To help players deal with the growing danger, the update introduced the freeze trap, allowing Granny to be frozen for a short period. By this point, Granny had evolved from a simple escape game into a much larger horror experience, filled with multiple areas, powerful weapons, dangerous pets, and countless ways to survive. If you made this far, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Let's get back into the video. Version 1.8. After years of updates, Granny received one of the biggest expansions in its history. A dangerous new area called the Spider Cellar was added beneath the house, giving players another place to explore and survive. But the biggest surprise was a completely new escape route. For the first time since the car escape, players could now escape through the cellar pipe escape. Instead of unlocking the main door or repairing the car, they had to travel through the Spider Cellar and complete an entirely different set of objectives. Several new items were introduced for this escape, including the spider key, rusty padlock key, wooden stick, wheel crank, and chain cutter. Gameplay also became smoother. Players would no longer drop their items after falling, and Granny no longer respawned near the player's location after being knocked out. With a new area, new puzzles, new items, and a third escape route, version 1.8 became one of the most content-packed updates Granny had ever received. Version 1.8.10. Years after the game's original release, players finally received an achievement system. For the first time, escaping wasn't the only goal. Players could now complete special challenges, unlock achievements, and earn rewards for mastering different escape routes, discovering secrets, and overcoming some of the game's toughest objectives. This gave longtime players even more reasons to keep coming back. Version 1.8.12. This is the latest version of Granny. The update fixed a bug that could leave players completely unable to move after starting a new day, preventing runs from being ruined by an unexpected glitch. It may not be the biggest update in the game's history, but it represents how far Granny has come. What started in 2017 as a small indie horror game with one house, one escape route, and no way to fight back slowly evolved into a horror classic, filled with multiple endings, powerful weapons, terrifying pets, seasonal events, hidden secrets, and 3 different ways to escape. And after all these years, Granny still remains one of the most iconic mobile horror games ever created. Anyways, that is all in for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.